What's up guys? Thank you so much for dropping by for another episode of Let's Talk, and I have some tech news today that you might find interesting, hopefully. How you guys doing? Hope y'all doing good, by the way. Believe it or not, your health and well-being is very much my concern. I do care about you. Yes, you. I really do. I mean, if you croak, there wouldn't be anyone to watch my videos now, would there? Jeez, that was bad. Let's just move on to the videos or the news. Sennheiser just came out with the new CX Plus. Wait, hold on a second. This looks identical to the CX. This one right here, they came out 4 months ago. I mean, they look alike. I can't tell it apart. And yet, here's Sennheiser telling us that for $90 more with this new one, you get two major changes. There's active noise cancellation now, and then the other is the use of their True Response Transducer 7mm driver. I'm sure it sounds and works great, like better than the CX, but I genuinely feel bad for those of you who bought the regular CX and upon seeing this have a major case of buyer's remorse. Our old friends in Japan, Sony, just released a headphone and a earbud. The, wait for it, WH-XB910N and the WF-C500 respectively, and the latter one kind of looks like a 1000XM4, doesn't it? It has 4 color choices in a translucent case, kind of reminds me of the XB700. It comes with DSEE as well as multi-point Bluetooth connection, IPX4, 10-hour runtime, and it costs $130. On the other hand, the headphones will set you back $250, has active noise cancellation, 30 hours of runtime, and some features copied from the flagship XM4. But to be honest, $250, I think that's a little bit on the high side, so yeah, that needs a closer look at. So if you're interested in me reviewing it, just let me know down in the comments below. On the flip side, looking at Yamaha's newly announced TW3B, I do wish the company was as gung-ho as, like, say, Sennheiser again in making an effort to compete in this market. I mean, $100 for this plain Jane design and feature set, like Bluetooth 5.0, really? IPX5 and customizable controls, and really that's all you get? It's really a crying shame coming from a brand with this much history. I mean, if it sounds amazing and all, then that might change the story altogether. So I have a question for you guys. If any of you are planning to buy this or already own one of this, let me know down in the comments below if it sounds good or not. I'm really curious. So it seems like, my friends, that the Samsung S22 series is gonna be delayed, and you can probably guess why. It's the curse of the COVID and global chip shortages. And personally, I'm glad it's that kind of chip shortages, not potato chips, because that would be global anarchy. But anyways, they've reportedly decided to move the launch to February or sometime thereabouts, but really all is not lost because remember the Samsung S21 FE or Fan Edition? It will take its spot in January. And if you recall, funny thing is, I reported about the FE back in August, but because of chip shortages again, it was held back until now. And I hope they took the extra time to make it even better during that time. Ooh, check this thing out. The Withings ScanWatch Horizon Hybrid Watch that kind of looks like a luxury dive watch, but isn't at the same time. The rest of the world has it, by the way, as of last week, with the US getting it sometime around Christmas. I can't believe it's already Q4, wow. Now, you can't and shouldn't take this thing deep sea diving, but it does have a 100-meter water resistance nonetheless. The analog part of the watch has luminescent watch hands and indicators, a reflection-free sapphire glass, and a stainless steel rotating bezel with a titanium-coated casing. Now, the digital part has fitness tracking for 30 activities, so it's no slouch there. Sensors up the wazoo with the ability to track heart rate, usual stuff, blood oxygen levels, medical grade ECG, and sleep tracking, among other things. Now, one thing I love about hybrid watches is they tend to be like battery monsters. So the Withing, for example, can run for 30 days between charges. Ooh. Dyson is potentially bringing a Roomba rival to the market soon, as proved by this FCC filing for a device called the Dyson 360 Hyper Dymium. It looks fantastic, I love the blue on it, and it'll probably have some kind of proprietary suction power unit and vision pathfinding system. It's also D-shaped to better clean corners, and it'll probably cost more than your car. So a proper Dyson then. One of the best examples of the anti-Dyson is Wyze, in my opinion. They churn out good, if not very good, smart home products for a fraction of the cost most of the time. So how about this one for size? The Wyze Scale S. This is a smart scale. And without Googling it, how much do you think this costs? And here are some specs to give you a better idea. It can measure 11 unique health matrices like BMI, bone and muscle mass density for up to 8 different users and identify them automatically when they get on. 18-month battery life, a bright 3.5-inch display, a pet, luggage and baby mode, and connection to Wyze app and some of your fitness apps as well. Do you have any guesses? If you guess like $30, you're close, but then again, try having that and you'll be right on the mark. Yes, $15 for this whole thing, and they even throw in free batteries. Probably the product that put Wyze on the map in the first place though is this, the Cam Pan. Remember this guy? It's a cheap indoor security camera with night vision that could pan and tilt with strong software integration for 30 bucks. It became a hot seller, no doubt. But now, the second gen is here with improved optic innards from the amazing Wyze Cam 3, and we're talking about 1080p color vision or color night vision. And there's a siren too via some kind of louder internal speaker. And also we get a price bump, unfortunately, to 40 bucks, still pretty affordable, but 40 bucks, no thanks again to the pandemic supply chain issues. All right, on to some drone slash quadcopter news now. And this is Amazon's latest indoor surveillance drone. And looking at this thing, it is downright creepy and cool at the same time. But really, it's on the execution here. And Amazon, if you're watching this, the execution really needs a lot of work here. For example, the name is really silly. It's called the Ring Always Home Cam. What the heck is that? Whoever your naming person is, they really need to be put to pasture. And it also costs $250, and really what you get is really a quadcopter that flies around kind of dumb. It's a surveillance cam, but it's not smart enough to navigate on its own because you have to train it on its flight path, kind of like a robot vac on the first few times. And if it encounters any kind of obstacle during its surveillance flight, it will return to its dock. So it's kind of pointless as a surveillance cam then, isn't it? And if that wasn't bad enough, it's as noisy as a vacuum cleaner and only has 5 minutes of flight time. You know, in the world of quadcopters right now, I think it's the DJI Mavic 3 that's hot stuff. It's hogging all the news at the moment. But Autel Robotics wants your attention too with the brand new Evo Nano and Lite, these things right here. And if they're priced right, I think they can be killers. For example, the Evo Nano is gunning for the Mini 2 with similar weight, 30-minute flight time, but also comes with tons of color options as you can see here. There's also two 4K camera sensors options that you can choose from, either the 1/2 inch or the 1/2/8. There's also a 3-way obstacle avoidance sensor package, which is really more like front, back, and down. And the Evo Lite is more for Mavic Air 2S customers. It has just as many color options. If I were to pick one, I'll probably pick the Autel orange. It's pretty competitive specs as well. And again, you get to choose between sensors, this time between 1/1/2/8 and 1 inch. And the same features as well as the Nano on paper anyway, but I think both of these have a lot of potential if it's done right. Well, that's all I got today, guys. Thank you for joining me this time. Please come back on Friday. We're going to be looking at the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. That's going to be a fun piece. And if you haven't already, please consider mashing and killing the subscribe button down below and turning on the bell notification icon. That would be so helpful, so I appreciate that. And also share the heck out of this channel. Tell your friends and family about it. Click the share button. Share this, share GearUP, share my glorious face with the world and the bad dad jokes that go with it. And also remember the thumbs up if you like this video and comment nicely down below. And I'll see you guys the next time. I love y'all very much. Remember to do something kind of loving for somebody in this world because the world needs it more than ever. And it starts with you. Peace out and adios.